Welcome back, everybody. This is Mog on Mogscast, once more playing some Kerbal Space Program with you guys, and this time we're going to be launching up our Skyscraper 3 rocket that we built last time in episode 3A. Something like that, I think. Pretty sure that's what it is. Anyway, we've got Kerbal Sean here in the pilot seat. He's going to be doing our piloting today. And as you can see, this thing does have some, if you haven't watched the last video, just a quick overview. It's got we unlocked the larger solid rocket boosters on the bottom. Now, you may also notice there's no struts holding these. That's because we haven't unlocked struts yet. So this is going to be an interesting run. So why don't we go ahead and we're going to kind of throttle up just so that our engines are pre-spooled a little bit. I don't know if that's the right terminology. And we're just going to get underway. So 3, 2, 1, launch. Oh my god, this thing is not flailing out of control. I'm actually quite surprised. That's good news. Okay, so we're definitely speeding up quickly, and this is going to be a little while until we hit the point where these can burst off. We're at about 3/4, well, we're almost at about halfway down through the tanks now. So let's go ahead and see, can we rotate back? Yes, we can. We can keep this thing on a pretty even heading, and I want to tilt just a hair to the north, because that's the direction we're going to be going, is we're going to be going north. Okay. Spool up those engines a little bit higher. These are about to come off here. Boost. Ooh, let's turn that down though. So we're almost at about 9K up, almost. Can't believe how fast those came. Oh, it's because they had the parachutes on there too, I betcha. That's gonna play a part. Okay, so we're at about 10K. We're gonna tilt over, staying on the north line. Not northern line, the north line. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So we're about 14K. Oh, we're gaining speed. I want to be gaining speed. What am I talking about? At this point, we want to be gaining speed. Okay. Now, I would say we could do an EVA report, but it's probably not the best time to do one. Observe mystery goo. What do we got in here? You. Goo seems to be getting very cold now. That's cool. Worth 7. So I've got a few here. We definitely want to earn as big a chunk of science as we possibly can. You may have noticed one of those stages that unlocks next has mech jet, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing that straight off the bat. Okay, so there goes those 6. Yep, kick those off, and we'll ignite this one, this thruster. Oh, we're over 40. Let's tilt over. I think we're going to get to orbit, guys. I'm pretty sure we're going to get to orbit. So how are we looking? Whoa, that is up there. 231. Why don't we grab that point? Why don't we expand it into a full-on orbit? Let's see if we can get this thing lined up. Come on, sit right there. And when are we going to... There we go. That should be about even. It's asking for 47 seconds worth of burn, which is fine. So let's get right on the dot there. We've got our SAS enabled, or our onboard SAS, that is, for the pod. Let's go ahead and tilt this thing over so that our Kerbal Sean is sitting pretty. And we've got a little ways until that happens, so why don't we EVA? Oops, didn't mean to have him reboard. I meant to try to grab, but he was already on top of it. EVA report. Not worth much. We are above the highlands, that's fine. Okay. There's the sun, guys. There's the sun. Providing some illumination over Kerbin as we fly over the mountains here. EVA report. Cancel. Let's get back on board. Take a look at where... Oh, I've destroyed our node. What am I doing? I shouldn't be doing this just yet. We'll have all the time in the world to do these reports after we get into orbit. So let's wait. There it is. Right there. Let's get back on that node, make sure that we're still sitting well. And let's fast forward. We need about T-minus 24 to be our time frame on here for when we need to start burning. Give her... Oh, mother of God. That's what I get. That's what I get. It won't be too far off, it's fine. We have enough altitude, it's not going to be a problem. So I don't know how much good these mystery goos are going to do us at this point, because, yeah. They're meant for certain situations, like moving situations to travel, to put them through different settings, whereas, like, EVA reports are meant to be done in a stable orbit, flying over things. Whereas this needs different types of atmospheres and different types of pressures and different types of things like that to do its mystery goo, to actually make it switch into different things. You know, I kind of am. We're doing well here, I think, for science. I want to go ahead and shoot for the moon or Minmus soon, and actually do that. In fact, initially that was the plan for this rocket, but I didn't feel we had quite enough quite enough technology to do it. Balls. I was burning way too long. Way too long. Way too long. Way too long. Why don't we go to retrograde and use up some of this fuel? Oh, we don't have much left, that's why. Whatever, we're just gonna do it. I'm gonna bring this back in a little bit just so that we're not quite as crazy. Not quite as crazy. Okay, there we go. Let's pop that off there and use up some of this fuel then, shall we? We're gonna need to do it sooner or later anyway. I prefer not to get you killed. That would be the preference here. I really don't want to get you killed, Sean. I really don't. We're buddies. We're pals, Sean. I don't want to see you die. Even if it... Okay, guys. Sorry about that. I had our power go out. Well, I didn't have it happen. The wind did. But, yeah, it's super windy where I live right now, and the power went out a little after the video cut out there. I had a bit more, like, probably 2 or 3 more minutes recorded of stuff, but, when it went out, Fraps was mid-recording of a session, so it corrupted the whole thing because it didn't convert it into a finished file, I guess, or whatever, however you want to say it. So yeah, sorry about that, but thankfully the game actually did auto-save us, still on trajectory up toward orbit. So we're at this position, coasting upwards to our burn point to get into a solid orbit. So why don't we go ahead and we're going to speed that up, just so I don't miss that. And this time we're gonna not miss it by quite as much. Still gonna miss it, but not quite as badly, apparently. Sorry about that, I had to cough. Okay. So we're moving, we're cruising, we're coasting. Let's go ahead and observe some mystery goo. Clumped into a sphere, that's cool. It's okay, we got a bit more burn to go, but we're definitely getting there. And Kerbonaut Sean is doing us justice here this time. He is, he's doing this piloting thing solid. So we're almost ready, almost ready. Let's coast that down and shut that off. Okay, that's fine. We're good. We're good. Okay, so there we go. Pretty polar orbit, for the most part. And at this point, since I'm pretty much going to try to scan as many things as possible, this is going to take a while, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out. We're going to come back as we finish up our orbital, you know, observations and get ready to come back down to land and transmit all of our data in. So until then, guys, what am I saying? We're not ending the episode here. Blurp. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we are back, and it looks like I've pretty much done everything that I possibly can, I think. It's like, I've spent a while up here orbiting in this polar orbit, and doing EVA reports whenever I got an opportunity over what looked like new, you know, new location. So I think we're pretty much gonna call it there, and bring this thing back down for a landing. So as you may notice, I do still have this stack on here, this stage. But it is almost out of fuel, and that's fine. But the reason why I'm going to keep it on is because I want to bring it back down into the atmosphere so that its parachutes will actually function properly. So we're going to keep this thing around until we get down. Even if we run out of fuel, which we probably are going to do right there, we're going to go ahead and transfer in to the lower tank a decent chunk of fuel is what we are going to do here. I'm going to stop that rotating real quick. And let's stop it right there. Let's go ahead and keep pushing. And let's bring that right back onto our retrograde marker there. So we're coming down, we're looking like we're in the atmosphere. And I'm going to put it at about 40. I think, yep, we're going to call that good. Let's take that, shut off the RCS, or not the RCS, the SAS, and transfer all the fuel back into this stage that we can. Just so that we're ready to go. Sorry if I'm talking a little bit quiet. I'm trying to not be too loud because Brittany is sleeping right on the other side of the wall from me, so I'm trying not to be too loud. So hopefully it's not terrible. So okay, cool. That tank is completely empty. We're going to be coming back down into the atmosphere rather quickly here. And when we do that, I'll be detaching that stage with its parachutes to make sure that it goes away just fine. Alright, we are in atmosphere. Let's go ahead and get this thing tilted back toward our forward heading. A lot of times I'll go retrograde on this, but because we're dumping off a tank here with parachutes, it's gonna fling back. So we don't want that thing flinging into us at all. That is not the direction we want to go with that. So we're gonna go ahead and zip it on forward a bit. And we are cruising. The thing is just wanting to spin. For whatever reason, it just decided it was going to pick up a spin. I'm going to bring back in our antennas. Not going to break those off if we can help it. Oop, there we go. Let's stop ourselves from that rotation a bit. And it just starts right back up, doesn't it? Okay, so we're at 49. Why don't we go ahead and detach that stage? Yeah? Boom! Later stage. We're gonna pretend like we know for certain that the that the parachutes are gonna deploy on that thing at the right altitude and save it. In the meantime, let's kick out these landing legs. I have a feeling we're gonna be landing in the ocean, but we're going to want to stop spinning. Is what we're going to want to do. Holy shit balls! Sorry. It just keeps wanting to spin, and we don't have batteries to hold charges currently, so it just blurgle. That's what it does. That noise is precisely a description of what happens when it rotates. Just take me at my word. It's totally correct. And that onboard is just not doing the trick. The SAS is just not kicking up enough torque. So how are we looking? Yeah, we're coming in for a landing here, guys. So we might... no, we're not making it out there. We are landing in the ocean, guys. That's what's going to happen here. I doubt we're going to make it to that land. I have my doubts. Why don't we kick back up Time Warp and actually get this thing moving again, though? So let's see. Kerbal Shanzi is still in the pilot seat, just kicking it, chilling, doing his thing. Holy crap, are we actually going to make it to land? My god, I'm actually quite surprised. The trick here, though, is going to be making sure that we land there. Which, ooh, this will be a close one. I don't know if we're going to make it to the coast. Let's keep moving. Oh, there goes the other ones. The other, rocket. Okay, so we're dropping. We are over land. We're going to be good there. We're actually going to be able to land on our landing legs. And with rocket assist, we're not going to lose anything, it looks like. I'm going to kick out those parachutes and let them do some work here so that hopefully we don't land in the... actually, you know what? I'm just going to use some of the fuel we have. I'm going to use some fuel. I don't want to land on those mountains. If I can help it. That is not where I want to land. Nah, I mean, for realsies. So I hope you guys are enjoying these new episodes, actually giving you guys a full layout, including, you know, design and launch. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy them. It's kind of cool for me. It knocks out 2 episodes it saves me a bit more time. I don't want to make it sound like it's terribly easy or anything, but you know, it does save me a little bit of time making these two-part videos, like 2-episode videos, out of a single mission. I do have to, you know, try to stay on my keep talking on my feet while I'm actually building, which can be a little tricky sometimes. But you know, I think you guys want to see that. I mean, a lot of other people do the build phase stuff, so I figured I might actually give it a shot. And we're coming down here. We're just passing the altitude of the mountains there, and this is gonna be pretty good. We're looking okay. I'm gonna shut off time warp completely since we're actually getting very close. And we're still, whoa, we are still going very fast. Holy shit. Oh, our parachutes haven't deployed yet, that's why. Okay. Ah, look at that. We're going pretty good. And as you can see, we are still pretty far up. There's our shadow right there. Oops, right there. So let's speed that up. Since all of our parachutes are now deployed, and we don't have to worry about them deploying and braking. So we're going to be landing, our altitude is going to be over 500 on the odometer, but that's just because we're pretty far over sea level. Okay, it's coming in here for the landing. Boom, there we go. Guys, we have a successful mission. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and repack our chutes and just make sure that everything is looking good for the pickup and the recovery of this craft. So why don't we do that? Can we get an EVA report here? Pretty sure that's when we... Wow. Well, oh, flying. Okay, so that's... The flying ones are actually different than if you were to be, say, in orbit over grassland. So, oh, cool. Well, that's an extra little bit there. Why don't we go ahead and recover this vessel and take a look at what we got? Okay, so it looks like we got 83 total. We made 75 science on this last run. We've got some crew reports, a lot of EVA reports. That's the majority of our stuff here. And we got a recovery for an extra 10 science there. And we got the mystery goos here for different ones to get us a little bit more there. So let's take a look into the research facility here and take a look at what we can get. So that's 45, 45, 45, and 45. So we can only afford one. Which one should we go with? Oh, no, we have to go with this one. This one's got the large radial decouplers, it's got the tri-stackers, it's got the launch stabilities, and struts. That's a definite, I think. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump that there. Ooh, though this has a better SAS. Reaction wheel, it's got a probe core, it's got a new cockpit, it's got winglets that'll actually, what's the word I'm trying to look for? I'm making hand motions here, the moving parts. It's got the control surfaces. It is a control surface in and of itself, is what I'm trying to say. It's not a stationary wing. And mech jet. So that's actually a pretty good one too, but I think the one we're going to want to go with is that one first, because it'll make our rockets more stable. And then this one's got batteries and another science module for making more science. But how will this help get us more science? I have to think about that too. I just need to build a bigger rocket, or not that, this. I just need to build a bigger, oh, actually, yeah, that tri-coupler should help us get to the moon, I think. Because that's going to be my next thing. Oh, well, maybe deep space orbit. I don't know if that'll provide any new, excuse me, I need to cough. Okay, sorry about that. If we can get into a high Kerbin orbit, as opposed to the orbit we had, which is around 200 and between 200 and 250, or was it 300? Anyway, if we can get up to like the 500, 600 range kilometers up in orbit, I wonder if there's new EVA reports you can get there. But whatever, we're gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna plan to go out to the Mun next. That's gonna be my goal. I don't know if we're actually gonna be ending up doing that, but that's gonna be the goal. So thanks for watching, guys. Come back next time, and we'll try out another rocket. Until then, cheers.